What's going on, Scoop fam? In today's video, we're going to be covering Azuki raising $2.5 million from Gold Carrot Skateboards, the possibility of a brand spanking new Twitter crypto wallet, a new Prime Minister for the UK and what this means for the crypto space, an update into the murky Opensea insider trading scandal, and a new court ruling deeming NFTs as legal property. On top of that, of course, we're going to be covering our weekly winners, losers, and a hot new trend that we're seeing in the market right now. But before we dive into today's episode, if you're interested in NFTs and Web3 as a whole, here at The Scoop, we keep on top of the markets daily, so you don't have to. Consider us your personal filter, cutting through the noise and delivering you the stories that matter. Make sure you hit that bell down below so you don't miss a beat, and if you want your updates earlier than a cliched NFT meme, get yourself on the exclusive Scoop newsletter list for direct updates straight into your inbox. Barbell, how we doing, man?
What's going on?
Good.
See me crystal clear now?
Crystal clear, mate. 2020 vision.
It's a new setup. So for everybody listening today, this is what I look like. We're not on some shitty whatever I was using before. We want to take Scoop seriously, so we are taking it seriously. So me and James we've aced a setup. He's helped me out of it, to be honest. So thank you for that.
Bit of an interesting week, fairly constant, and then recently we've seen a bit of upward trajectory across the board over the last day or so, haven't we?
Yeah, man. I mean, excuse me. We've been ranging for the past 30 days. It's been around like that $1,300 zone for ETH, but literally today things are starting to skyrocket. We've got ETH. I think right now is up like 5.5%. You've got altcoins really starting to pick up. I can actually see people on crypto Twitter as we speak. The pings are coming through. People saying full send, ape everything, go in. So like, yeah, I don't know if it's just like a bit of a relief rally, but you know, you've got BitLord. He's saying full send. You've got people saying Le Pump is back. So I don't know what's quite happening, but like, you know, we have been in a range territory for a number of months now. It hasn't been that exciting, as we know, for NFTs or crypto. But we're massively bullish on the crypto ecosystem moving forward, as well as NFTs, of course. So yeah, it's exciting to see any type of movement, any type of volatility. Bring back volatility. That is what we love.
Volatility, baby. Yeah, I was going to say, certainly any sort of movement would be appreciated, either upwards or downwards in this market. At least just do something.
Yeah, definitely.
Good stuff, man. And first up, Azuki has raised $2.5 million. The blue chip project that we here at The Scoop have been bullish on for quite some time now has been making a real stamp in the newsletter recently. In case you missed it, Azuki welcomed $30 million of fundraising recently, sending the floor to above 11 ETH. Also, last week we informed you of the rollout of the PBT standard that will be used by Azuki in the release of 9 24-karat plated golden skateboards. The auction has since taken place, and the total sum raised from the skateboard sale was $2.5 million from 145 bids. Now, the highest bid was $460,000 and the lowest was $260,000. Azuki then. So it's been really interesting piece of news with the skate to earn piece and the gold carrot skateboards. It's
skate to earn.
Skate to earn. Yeah, mate.
Scan to earn, mate. Scan to earn.
Nah, skate to earn, mate. That's on the website. Straight up.
Is it?
Yeah, man.
No, it isn't.
It's Jen. Go on the Azuki website.
I'm going to check this out. Right, go on. You can talk to me as I'm looking at this. Go for it.
I don't know whether it's actually what they're calling the project, but they've definitely got a label on the bottom right-hand corner of the homepage with skate to earn, which I thought was pretty funny. Anyway, yeah, I mean, look, after receiving, 30 million the other week, you know, they've raised another 2.5 million off this, the drop of these gold carrot physical skateboards, you know. So like we said last week, assuming these are like finger decks or something like that. I don't know how much a real life-size gold carrot skateboard would be worth, but it's probably quite a significant amount. Anyway,
so it's called proof of skate. It's not skate to earn. It's scan to earn.
Proof of skate. Okay.
Proof of skate. Yeah.
That's
well, we've
good.
got on rank number 1 here. We've got Dingaling 309 Ethereum is the top ranked skateboard. We've then got Spirit DAO at number 2 at 240 ETH, and rank number rank number 8. Rank number 8? I thought there was 7. Is it 8 or 7 of these skateboards?
Oh, I thought it was 9.
All right, cool. Yeah.
I think,
Okay,
was...
yeah, we've got Dark Lady at 200 ETH ranking, 200 ETH ranking at number 8. So,
shit, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, it's quite funny. When I was talking to some of my friends about this. I was saying, like, you know, Azuki are coming out with these skateboards, and what it's actually going to do is, I think, revolutionize both the luxury goods industry, and, you know, put a lot of traceability, and especially like the lineage of ownership. And then, you know, some of my normie mates were like, "Oh, come on, you can get us one of these. You can get us one. How, you know, we can get on the whitelist for this?" I was like, "Mate, it's 9 gold skateboards in Azuki. Like, there's no chance in hell we're getting that." Sorry, NFT Scoop team, but yeah, as we can see, the majority of them have. I don't even know how the process went about them. Of course, I imagine you have to be an Azuki holder. Yeah, big bucks.
Big bucks, big bucks. I know we've said it before. I mean, it is a crazy rise from the ashes, really, from Azuki, isn't it? From what, 4 or 5 months ago, since the whole sort of founder rug allegations, and, you know, there was questions over the legitimacy and the actual existence of the project itself, to then having raised 30 million and another 2.5. Incredible.
Yeah, I think, you know, I like Zagabond. Everyone deserves a second chance.
Yeah, man, for sure, for sure.
He's killing it. He's killing it. And the fact that he's created a new protocol, you know, PBT, physical back token, which is open source. It can be used by anybody and any project in the crypto and NFT markets, is a very smart move. Yet to understand, I think you mentioned last week how Azuki are going to benefit directly from it. We shall see, but a smart move indeed. Zagabond, I think, will be one of the pioneers of the NFT industry. When we look back on this, and one of the dudes who's pushed forward for real world adoption, and real use cases. Smart move from Azuki. Bullish on the project. Bullish on Zagabond. Like I say, everyone deserves a second chance. That's my message to everyone out there.
Be in the NFT Walk of Fame. If Barbell, if you could make one physical item in your room, the room that you're in right now, into an NFT, what would it be?
I can show you if you want.
Go on.
All right. Bear with me. Wow, what do you think of this?
Hey, look at that.
Look, we've got Ethereum as the eyes. We have Ethereum as the eyes.
Class, mate.
Huh?
That's class.
Yeah,
Love it.
I mean, the whole thing's like, it's starting to wilt a bit now, but I went for the whole Ethereum eyes. So yeah, guys, the merge is real. Bullish.
Love it, mate. 1 of 1 Halloween pumpkin. You heard it here first on the scoop. Next up, is there a new Twitter crypto wallet on its way? Well, it's been revealed that Twitter is exploring the concept of a wallet prototype that supports crypto deposits and withdrawals. Not many details are known as of yet, but as always, there are a lot of questions in relation to this, especially regarding fees, privacy, security, and, of course, practicality. We can't fault companies for looking at ways to expand our crypto and Web3 experiences. However, we just have to be cautious and ask the question whether we as investors will actually benefit. So this crypto Twitter wallet, do you think this is one of Musk's interventions here, or do you think this was something that may have been on the books for a little while?
No, I think it's got to be on the books for a little bit, because Musk, he doesn't fully own the platform yet, right? So
no.
Yeah, I think it's going to be one of those where, yeah, it will have been in the works for some time. I do think it's interesting that, obviously, and we'll dive into this a little bit later, but Reddit, now they have fucking smashed it, onboarding 3 million users into the NFT and crypto space without anybody knowing. Like, that is fucking insane, right? So, like, have Twitter gone about it the right way? I mean, it's already rumored that it's going to be a crypto NFT wallet. We shall see. I mean, what I will say is, like, you can tip on Twitter now, can't you? You can tip people on Twitter. So, you know, if it becomes this all-encompassing blogging style platform where people can get tipped, they then earn the money in their wallets, they can then use that wallet to spend. It kind of serves as an all-encompassing platform in that sense. I think what they're trying to do is compete with China's WeChat, which is Never used it, obviously, but I imagine they've got some sort of payment system in there. So yeah, WeChat is just Chinese, right? It's not.
Yeah, I think you can access it outside of China, but it is predominantly a Chinese user base. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
I think it's interesting as well. I mean, obviously, I think there was some talk about the sort of the micropayments being used as a sort of a bot control measure. People having to make tiny micropayments each time you tweet. For the day-to-day person, you don't even notice it. Like it's like fractions of a penny. But for like these bot farms that are sending out millions and millions of tweets, actually, it starts to become a bit of an issue and too costly to be worth doing.
Yeah, defo. That is interesting. I hadn't actually seen that. So, um, so how would it work? I guess for regular users, like we'd have a fucking wallet, which
Yeah,
we'd
I
have to just
guess.
top up by like £1, and this would last for a year, or
Yeah,
like,
I think so. I mean, I think we're literally talking like fractions of a penny, fractions of a cent for each like tweet or reaction or whatever it is that you're doing on Twitter, and then so for like day to day person, it's so insignificant that you don't really care. But obviously, if you're sending out millions of spam messages, that starts to add up and actually becomes cost
yeah,
effective for these farms to do. So I think it's a pretty cool idea. And then obviously there's talk about potentially sort of a Twitter premium service, isn't there? With ad reduction, which would give ultimately a better user experience, which could be an interesting tact for Twitter. So we
yeah. I
shall
mean,
see, man.
the ads recently have become a fucking bitch.
It's a nightmare, isn't it?
So Elon, if you're listening, which I know you are a subscriber, yeah, get rid of the ads, man. They fucking suck. Like they're like coming
Ooh.
in tenfold. They're coming in tenfold at the moment. I've noticed. So yeah, get rid of
They're thick
those.
and fast. Yeah. Bring on the revolution. Right. Twitter revolution, mate. And the UK has got a new Prime Minister. Now, you'd be right to assume that it feels like there have been more leaders of the UK recently than we here at The Scoop have had hot dinners. The latest to take up the hot seat at number 10 is none other than the previous runner-up, ex-Chancellor Rishi Sunak. Now, why is this featuring in an NFT-related question, I hear you ask? Well, it's a good question, and the reason being is Rishi's stance on NFTs and all things crypto. Whilst Chancellor back in April, the now Prime Minister asked the Royal Mint to create an NFT in an attempt to show Britain is at the cutting edge for new technologies. Unfortunately, this NFT never actually came to light, but at least the mindset was in the right place. However, Sunak has made it very clear that he wants to turn Britain into a crypto hub. So, Barbell, what do you make of Sunak coming into number 10?
I stay out of UK politics, my friend, but I do. Look, fair play to the guy. We can't knock it. It'd be better. It'd be worse if some like old, crusty motherfucker came in
Joe
and was
Biden.
just like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, Joe Biden, right? So to be fair, Rishi Sunak, he wants to make the UK a crypto hub for the world. Have you seen the video of him? Like he's getting asked, okay, is it a do you want to sorry, he's getting asked sort of like, yes or no questions or A/B questions, and it's like Bored Ape or CryptoPunk. Have you seen that? And it's like
No, man.
Ethereum or Bitcoin.
Oh, brilliant. What, and they asked him that?
Yeah. You got to check out the interview.
Amazing.
If we can try and stick it in this, video, it's funny. But
100%.
look,
It's coming up now.
Bored Apes or CryptoPunks? Bored Apes. Bitcoin or Ethereum? Oh, I do basket of cryptocurrency. That's safe answer.
Yeah. He's trying to be down with the kids. He's a good guy, and look, but the thing is, with Sunak, I think it's all a bit of a facade because he's touting that he's down. He understands Bored Apes. He's saying that rather than Bitcoin or ETH, he's got a basket of digital currencies. Don't be fooled. I reckon that he is using this to ultimately put in place CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. We've seen a video come out of it recently, and that isn't a good thing. That is so anti-Bitcoin, Ethereum, crypto decentralization. It will essentially be digital currency that is on a blockchain, which will be a centralized blockchain in which the government control, and they will see every transaction that you do. It's just another it's just another element of control. Now, I know that sounds like
More
conspiracy.
erosion.
Pardon?
It's just more erosion of civil liberties, basically. I mean, we've seen it in China, haven't we, with the CBDCs that they've trialed over there, and it looks like an absolute fucking nightmare. You know, people, being told they have to spend their salaries in order to stimulate the economy, otherwise their money expires. I mean, what's that about? That's crazy.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Like Rishi Sunak coming in as prime minister and claiming to be a crypto native. Yeah, it may look good initially to the wider crypto community, and he wants to make the UK a crypto hub. But however, do not be fooled, guys. He's implementing CBDCs, central digital bank currencies. This will be another method of control. He's claiming that he knows Ethereum, Bitcoin, Bored Ape, CryptoPunks. Yeah, he might do. But this is the Trojan horse to ultimately take control, in my opinion.
And next up, we've got an update for you on the murky Opensea insider trading scandal. Now, it's a bit of a throwback, this one, back to the initial story breaking anyway. Now, in case you weren't a subscriber, here is a swift reminder of what went down. The prosecutors of New York's Southern District arrested Nathaniel Chastain, former head of product for Opensea, back in June. The ex-employee was charged on 2 counts, 1 count for money laundering to commit insider trading and 1 count for wire fraud. It's alleged that Chastain was using confidential information about what NFTs are going to be featured on the Opensea homepage for his personal financial gain. So what's happened since? Well, on Friday 21st of October, it was decided by a judge in the case that the matter can proceed. This was following Chastain filing a motion to dismiss the charges, arguing that government did not have enough evidence to support a money laundering charge. However, some good news for Chastain: he was unable to be charged with insider trading due to NFTs neither being classed as securities nor commodities under the relevant part of the law. So I guess on the bright side for Chastain, obviously there's not enough evidence there to charge him with the money laundering charge, but the hammer can still come down pretty hard on insider trading, though.
The crypto and NFT industry is the most rife industry for insider trading. So unlucky for Chastain. He's getting made an example of, but ultimately, mate, you hear about it all the time. Like in the crypto industry, there is so much insider trading going on. That is how so many whales, they get a tip, they understand something's coming out early, they ape into it. Man, like, yeah, I understand this is like he's been made an example of, but this is not new news in the crypto industry. It isn't. Unfortunately, he's taken the rough end of the rough end of this one, but this happens daily. This happens daily all the time.
For sure, man. It's rife in the fiat world, in banking, in
Of
investments.
course.
I think Christ, what was it? In the 2007, 2008 financial crash, there was only one dude that served any jail time for that whole scandal. It's crazy. And our final scoop of the week: it is official. NFTs can be considered legal property, in Singapore at least. This is according to the Singaporean High Court in its ruling regarding none other than a matter involving a Bored Ape NFT, where the NFT was used as security against a loan. Justice Lee Siew-kin ruled that NFTs meet certain legal requirements to be considered property, such as being distinguishable from other similar assets and having an owner who can be recognized by third parties. Singapore declaring NFTs to be officially legal property. So, I mean, I guess this is kind of interesting from the perspective that, you could actually potentially take out a regular fiat loan now secured by your NFTs. You could potentially, according to this in Singapore, you could potentially get a mortgage backed by your NFTs.
Right. Yeah. So this is Singapore, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's it's definitely gonna it's just one of those weird ones, man. I guess it's good for the space and the fact that if we can eventually use them for mortgages, fucking hell. Can we see that happening in the UK? Like pulling out your Bored Ape, whipping out your Bored Ape, when you're doing your mortgage application. This is my deposit. Yeah, we'll see. But who knows? Like we'll probably laugh back at this video and go, "Can you remember when we thought that was ridiculous?" No.
I know. It won't be long. It won't be long. Did you see that NFT house that sold
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
last week? That was fascinating. They've got all the traits on on Opensea, like how many bedrooms, square footage. Like it's
Well, I think
coming.
we spoke about that already. Like, genuinely, I've said for a while now that property will be disrupted by NFTs. Now, that might not necessarily mean that you put down your Bored Ape as collateral. However, like, yeah, it makes so much sense. Imagine like a free open market, and the metadata contains your house, your bedroom,
For sure.
and garden, square footage, all that stuff. But then, even on your phone, it's used, some sort of QR code to unlock, on the NFT to unlock your front door. Like, I can see it all working. And then imagine like a map where you can see all the different NFTs that you can purchase these houses.
Wow.
Then the market would self-regulate itself, because let's say in California, where it's very hot property, those NFTs would just go up in value. You know what I mean? I can
For
see
sure,
it
man.
happening.
It'd be like the other side map, but for each city.
Yeah, definitely.
Crazy, man.
I can see it.
Yeah. You can see it, man. You can see it happening. Definitely. Watch this space. And it's time for the NFT Scoops weekly winner. And this week, it is very rare that something receives winner status in back-to-back newsletters. In fact, it's pretty much unheard of. However, following on from them topping the chart for the most wallets in the space, we went on to say the following. As Reddit is a social media platform, they have a strong NFT-related community, 50 million daily users to be precise. Their revenue doubled from $170 million in 2020 to circa $350 million in 2022. As the uptake has been so strong so far, we expect more bullish movements in its Web3 adaptation. That last sentence couldn't have been better timed, as on the 21st of October, Reddit launched their second generation of collectible avatars, which was 40,000 pieces. All 40,000 sold out within 24 hours, ranging from $10 to $100. Compare this to its first launch, which took weeks to sell out. So why does this mean it's a weekly winner? Well, the answer is that items minted are already selling at 40 to 50x the initial mint price on Opensea. Despite volume being fairly low, what this launch has done is onboard over 3 million users, which is insane. The only issue we can see is the potential flooding of the market, but we can wait and see if this actually does come to fruition. So 40,000 NFTs sold out in 24 hours, another 40,000 to go. 3 million wallets onboarded into the Reddit crypto ecosystem. This is massive news.
Huge, absolutely huge. Reddit have absolutely smashed it, and they've done it again like Rishi Sunak. It's a Trojan horse, because they've entered the ecosystem very, very cleverly by firstly coming up with the Gen 1, but they called, okay, so how this went about is they called their NFTs. They use no crypto jargon, so no use of the word crypto, no use of the word NFT. And instead of saying create a digital wallet, they said create a vault.
Yeah.
Right?
Smart.
And what they essentially did was their Gen 1 collection, which took weeks to sell out, absolute weeks, they then airdropped certain NFTs or digital collectibles, these avatars which Reddit users can use as their profile pictures. But in order to claim those, they had to create a vault. Now, this was disguised for a digital wallet. People started using them as their profile pictures. They then grew in popularity. The Gen 2s then dropped, which is just a few days ago, and they sold out in 20, like you say, 24 hours. Like 40,000 of them is absolutely crazy. Now, obviously, given that they are using these vaults, they can send these NFTs to secondary markets. So these are now going ridiculous on Opensea. Like one recently sold for 18 ETH. There's definitely a euphoric bull phase going on at the moment with Reddit NFTs. And what is super funny as well is that Reddit users, a lot of them, they had a general ethos throughout the Reddit communities. They hated NFTs. Now, they've essentially been given the features, the products of NFTs, but they're not called NFTs. And they've fallen in love with them. They're all going absolutely batshit crazy for them. So I think this is massively, massively bullish for the NFT industry as a whole, because it demonstrates that normies, when they're given the features, and functionality of NFTs, but it's made really simple for them. They're not confused with jargon. They go absolutely apeshit for it. So
Of course.
it is massively bullish. And they've got 52 million users and they've onboarded 3 million users to open their wallets. There's plenty more people where that came from. And there's also plenty of other platforms out there that can do the same. It is a mind-boggling move, and I can talk about this for a much longer time. But yeah, it is crazy.
No, it's awesome. It's awesome. And, I can't imagine there's many events in sort of the NFT history that have onboarded that many people in such a short space of time. So, yeah,
Well,
all
they took
power to
over
Reddit.
OpenSea. They took over OpenSea.
Well, yeah.
They,
Yeah.
they took over, I think, the number of connected wallets to OpenSea. Because obviously OpenSea doesn't have native wallet itself, but they opened 3 million wallets, which trumped the amount of native wallets connected to OpenSea.
That's
So,
insane.
and it just demonstrates that, think about in-game assets. In-game assets can be absolutely huge with this because, okay, so we've got Fortnite, we've got, I don't know, I'm not really a gamer, but Gears of War, you might even have your own special FIFA kit. What's another big one? Call of Duty, these in-game guns, weapons, clothing. People will always want to digital flex. They will always want to seem rich, seem wealthy, right? So like, if this is made simple enough for people to do, people are going to adopt NFTs. This is going to be an explosion, an absolute explosion of adoption. And this is what adoption looks like. This is what adoption looks like, people. It happens fast, it happens smooth, and it happens in plain sight before you can even see it happening. And it's happening right in front of our eyes, right under our noses. In fact, the Twitter community are in uproar because obviously you've got all of these guys who were airdropped free NFTs, airdropped these digital collectible avatars, and now they're using the crypto NFT pros as exit liquidity. So it's hilarious. It's completely turned things on its head, but that is what happens when things get disrupted and adoption happens fast.
Yeah, man. I think it just proves the case as well, the need for simplification in the industry, doesn't it? If we really if we're serious about mass adoption, things need to be simplified.
Yeah.
And finally, it's time for the REKT section. Double agents, bribes, crypto. This all seems like a James Bond sort of film, but set in 2035. To our amazement, however, it's right now, and it's pretty damn serious. 2 Chinese intelligence officers have been charged with obstruction of justice in attempting to bribe a double agent working on behalf of the FBI with a $61,000 payment in the form of Bitcoin so that they could steal information regarding the ongoing investigation and prosecution of a Chinese-based company. One of the main issues regarding this breaking story is probably the hammering of regulation that could be demanded due to the payment method. Another thing that has always been associated, unfortunately, with our wonderful world is the potential of associated crime. We'd like to point out that it's not all milk and honey in real life. Overall, trying to bribe a double agent with Bitcoin that obstructs the course of justice, that cannot be anything other than REKT. Bit of a wacky story, this one then, Barbell. So, 2 Chinese intelligence agents walk into a bar.
Was it a bamboo bar?
You know what? I don't know what the punchline to that joke is, but basically what's going on here, it looks like the FBI were investigating a Chinese company. 2 Chinese intelligence agents managed to get wind of a double agent that was pretending to work for the Chinese and essentially tried to bribe him with 61K worth of Bitcoin to say, hey, dude, give us the lowdown. Tell us how close the US are to actually nailing this Chinese company down. And obviously, they offered to do that in Bitcoin. So, I mean...
Sounds like some out of Archer.
That would make an awesome episode of Archer. As far as we can tell, it looks like the US are trying to charge these 2 intelligence agents with, perverting the course of justice, basically. We don't know whether they've actually succeeded in that yet, but time will tell.
Until next time on that one, we'll brief you back, guys.
There's a hot new trend in NFT land, and today we're going to dive well and truly into it. Reddit has successfully onboarded 3 million users into Web3 and NFTs without anyone knowing, and with 52 million total users, there is plenty more where that came from. In fact, they recently overtook the number of active traders on Opensea. This is in fact a glimpse into what mass adoption feels like. It's smooth, it happens fast, and goes viral in plain sight. Back in July, the NFT Scoop reported on the release of Reddit crypto collectibles. If you were paying attention or you were already an avid Reddit user, the chances are you either ended up buying one of the Gen 1 avatars or were airdropped avatars from Reddit from being an active user on their platform. Just a few days ago, however, the Gen 2 collection was released. Both Gen 1 and Gen 2 are selling on OpenSea for 40 to 50x their original sale price. The Creator Collection was designed by independent creators in collaboration with Reddit. The avatars could be bought directly on Reddit for the price of $9.99 to $100. Reddit NFTs, or Reddit collectible avatars, have now started to gain serious momentum with strong secondary sales. But why is this the case? Well, Reddit cleverly hid all the crypto and NFT terminology, which would usually put off the regular non-Web3 native user. To purchase a Reddit NFT, users were tasked to open a vault, aka a crypto wallet, and secondly, to pay for the NFTs, you needed to use card payments that everyone is used to. Reddit clearly stated the benefits and utility of the NFTs, for example, standing out in comments, you own the avatar, and the fact that they are collectible and transferable. Reddit then began airdropping active users with avatar NFTs, and users then started using them as profile pictures. Popularity grew and paid-for collections then started selling out. Demand then surged and created large demand on secondary markets on OpenSea. Collectible number 1, Midas, just sold for 18 ETH and was purchased for just $100 3 days ago. Where there are large profits to be made, degens will inevitably follow. Reddit users and now the wider NFT community are eagerly awaiting more collections to come on sale in the Reddit avatar shop. But where do we go from here? This kind of feels like the NFT 2021 bull run. Expect new collections to drop and moon in price from new creators in the coming weeks, as well as individual customizable traits. The Reddit collectible market is in a near euphoric phase right now, so you can expect volatility in price action. In order to mint or purchase new avatars that are released, you'll need to have a Reddit account and then navigate to the shop. You can get there by clicking on your Reddit profile picture and then selecting Style, Avatar, and then Shop. Ultimately, this is very bullish for the NFT industry. In the case of Reddit, Web 2 users have just been onboarded into Web 3 seamlessly, with no use of the word crypto or NFT. It's now clear that normies and not just degens clearly value online identity and personalization. Outside of Reddit, there are tons of Web 2 platforms that have millions of users who can follow the path of Reddit and again onboard millions into Web 3. For us, the obvious next mover is online gaming, where users will be able to create, own, buy and sell in-game skins and assets. This will likely also open a huge market for independent creators to develop, design and sell in-game assets. And finally, a little piece of alpha for you. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, you should know by now that there is a new marketplace in town. It feels more like a listings aggregator with advanced analytics, and a comparison to the popular NFT trading platform NFT Nerds springs to mind. However, it serves traders and collectors equally well. Blur has joined the game and is well and truly here to stay. This past Wednesday, Blur launched its open beta and announced plans for future airdrops and rewards for bear market traders. Anybody that's traded NFTs in the past 6 months is eligible to claim Blur care packages that in January will be swappable for Blur tokens. Now, if you aren't a true degen and for some weird reason preferred sunbathing at the beach instead of making weird goblin noises in Twitter spaces, don't worry. Blur has announced a second round of care packages for anyone that lists and sweeps active collections on their platform. More details of both airdrops can be found in the link below. Now, we were fortunate enough to be beta testers for Blur. Shout out to Metaverse HQ for being the first NFT community to be onboarded, and have had access since June. And we've got to say, we were skeptical in the beginning. Another NFT marketplace backed by VCs. What good could this possibly bring to the space? But in the last couple of months, we've completely fallen in love with it. Blur is the Bloomberg terminal for NFTs, and just by looking at it with its neon orange design, it reminds us so much of the premier trading tool of finance. The marketplace that just launched has 0% fees. It's 10x faster than its competitors in detecting new listings, and in its closed beta, it became the aggregator with the second highest ETH volume traded. Trust us, you feel all of this and more when you trade on Blur. Listings pop up instantly, buying is fast and easy, and you've got gas presets that you can play with. And the floor depth is done really, really well. The information is concise and well distributed in the interface, and everything fits in. You don't have to endlessly scroll to find what you're looking for. As mentioned earlier, Blur has also thought about collectors and the 4 different ways to display NFTs, ranging from small listings to large images, reflect that. One of our favourite features, and something that Blur has absolutely nailed, is the sweep function, which is incredibly fast and allows you to skip NFTs with pending transactions. Any trader will understand how game-changing that is. But we think the real reason that we love the platform so much is the responsiveness from the team. We've had several DM exchanges with Pac-Man, the Blur founder, trying to give our suggestions and contributions. Now, we've never spoken to him in real life before, but we found in him a person that genuinely cares about his users' experience and that was interested in our suggestions, some of which are actually going to be implemented. This collaborative aspect is what we need to create better marketplaces, better tools, and a better, more inclusive space for everyone. Go and have a look, claim your airdrop, and hope to see you trading on Blur very soon. So we've got to say a big thanks to Lord Marlborough, who is the newest member of the Scoop team, for that write-up on Blur right there. Some really, really great insights.
Oh, it's class. He's putting us all to shame, to be honest. Lord Marlborough, welcome to the team. Guys, if you haven't followed him already, check the link below. Lord Marlborough is a new member of the NFT Scoop community and team, and he's a very switched on cookie. He really is. He offers the perfect balance of degen, alpha, project analysis, tool analysis, and he's going to be writing for us every week. Lucky you.
Top shelf stuff, mate. Top shelf. But I mean, you know what? Blur it's a really interesting platform. I had a little play around this week with it. Obviously, claimed the airdrop, the first one, which obviously you're eligible if you've been trading NFTs in the last 6 months on either basically Opensea or LooksRare. I think there are some other platforms included, but yeah, it's cool, man. So you get these care packages, which in January, you can transfer them into Blur tokens. There's going to be a second airdrop coming up. Sadly, mate, I got 3 uncommon boxes. So have you claimed yours?
Oh yeah, I'll claim mine.
What'd you get?
Mine was a mix of rares and uncommons. No legendaries. No legendaries.
Oh, mate, I'm fascinated to know what these are going to be worth come January.
Oh, I know. And yet, guys, if you haven't already, you're probably going to have, what is it, Anchor? Is it 7 days or?
Yeah, so 7 days. So probably by the time this is edited, about 6 days left.
Yeah, get on that. Airdrops in a bear market can make you bank. I've had them before with LooksRare. I think that was worth around 5K. Airdrops have been worth, upwards of $10,000 for people. So if you haven't already, and you have been trading on Opensea, then visit blur.io, follow the steps. It is super easy, and you can find a link on their Twitter. We'll actually show you the steps in a thread format of how to claim your tokens. But yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be a good one. Yeah, I had a mixture, I think, rares and uncommon. So we'll see. But it is airdrop season, guys. It is airdrop season. There is tons of airdrops to be had, and they reward users. So if you don't have much spare capital to invest, you can use airdrops to make bank. Make bank for Christmas by using airdrops and buy your family some lovely presents. You might be able to afford a pumpkin just like me. So yeah, get on the airdrops, guys. It is a quality way to make some moolah in these markets. we'll share we'll do a video on some of the hot airdrops coming up. But just keep your eyes out for them. All you have to do is interact with certain protocols which are coming out. And yeah, it's definitely airdrop season, so keep your eyes peeled.
It feels like there's some movement in the market. We've got airdrop season coming up. Things are, maybe we've passed the dark and dingy lows of the crypto and NFT market.
5.8% up on Ethereum right now. Bitcoin 2.5% up in the last 24 hours. I'd say Ethereum 5.8%. Let's have a look. Polkadot is up 7.7%. And we have tokenized exchange. Don't know what that is. That is up 26.4%. Like there, yeah, it's things are pumping today. Things are pumping. So yeah, guys, keep your eyes peeled. Of course, in these markets, we still don't know if we've got confirmation of a bull trend. However, because conserve, it's about capital preservation in the markets until it is full up only season, unless you have long-term conviction on certain projects which are willing to hold for a while. Markets could still be choppy, but yeah, it's exciting.
Exciting times. Good stuff. Well, I think that's a wrap for today, mate. So as always, man, great to see you. Catch you next time.
Great to see you.
And that's a wrap from the NFT Scoop for today. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments. And if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you give it a like and hit that sub bell down below to make sure you don't miss the latest news, insights, and alpha from the NFT, crypto, and Web3 world. If you want early access and extended content from the Scoop, head over to getnftscoop.com and get yourself on our free twice-weekly newsletter, keeping you up to speed with everything you need to know. Till next time, my DGen friends, hasta luego.